Hello dear friends, today we start the topic financial derivative. When we talk about the financial derivative, then financial derivative is an instrument which drives their value from underlying assets. When we talk about the underlying assets can be commodity, it can be stock, it can be currency, it can be index. Now the derivative. A derivative is a contract between two parties which drive its price from an underlying asset. If the value of underlying assets increase, then the value of derivative increase. Then the purpose of derivative. In derivative transaction, one party loss is always another party gain. That's why it called zero sum game. The main purpose of derivative is to transfer it from one person to another or from one firm to another. Derivatives improve overall performance of the economy. History of derivative markets. Derivative markets can be tracked back to the Middle Age. They originally developed to meet the need of farmers and merchants. The Chicago Board of Trade, that we can call CBOT, was first derivative market established in 1848 to bring farmers and merchants together. Initially, its main task was to standardize the quantity and quality of the grain that were traded. With a few years, the first future type contract was developed, it known as to arrive contract. Now derivative market in India. First, function in India since 19th century through establishment of Cotton Trade Association in 1875. Instrument got momentum after the liberalization of economy in 1991. In July 1999, derivative trading commenced in India. Exchange traded derivative introduced in June 2000 in National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. On 2nd July 2001, the National Stock Exchange became the first exchange to introduce option on individuals. Derivative market participant. When we talk about the derivative market participant, generally banks, corporate finance institutions, individuals and brokers are regular participants of derivative market. But we can categorize into three categories. First, the hedgers, second, the speculator, third, the arbitrator. And now these all persons have the different motive. When we talk about the hedgers is a trader who trade in order to protect against price fluctuation in financial instruments, while the speculator, a person who invests in stock, property or other venture in the hope of making profit. At the end, the arbitrator, a person who simultaneously sell and purchase the same financial instrument in two different markets in order to make risk less profit. Regulator in India for derivative market. Derivative instruments in India are regulated by Reserve Bank of India, Security and Exchange Board of India, and Forward Market Commission. Working and trading activities. In India, derivative instruments are available for stock, currency, bonds, and commodities. The National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, the multi-commodity exchange are main exchange which facilitate derivative trading, while MCX purely deal with commodity, while the NSE and BSE deal purely in stock. Now the derivative product. When we talk about the derivative product, which we already done, there are the four types: the forward, future, option, and swap. Now we study in detail what is the difference between the forward and future, then option and the swap. Then we have see one by one. Forward contract is a contract between two parties to buy and sell an asset on a specified date in the future at a predetermined time. Then forward contract we are know that are the private contract, and here the high default risk, because if the price increase or decrease, then it will favor only to one party. Then if it is favor to one party, then there is the default risk, the other party will not fulfill its obligation. When we talk about the future are similar to forward contract. The difference is that future is standardized agreement to buy. Standardized here means the date of the future contract that is fixed, the quantity that are specified, the quality that are also specified, or sale and assets in the future at an agreed upon price. Therefore, they can be traded on stock exchange. When we talk about the future, that mostly traded on the stock exchange, that the NSE, BSE, MCX, the multi commodity exchange. In multi commodity exchange, they traded only on the commodity, purely deal in commodity. When we talk about the National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, then they deal in the stock. The like example, the shares of Reliance Industries Limited, the shares of Infosys, the shares of MRF, etc. And future can be used for hedging or speculation. Speculation meaning buying and selling an asset with the hope of making a profit. When we talk about the hedging and speculation, it is not possible in the forward contract. It is only possible in the future contract because that traded on exchange. If they are not traded on exchange, then the hedging and speculation is not possible. Then option, we are aware there are the two type of option. Then that is the call option and the put option. A call option gives the holder the right to purchase an asset at an agreed upon price on or before a specified date, while the put contract gives the holder the right to sell an asset at a agreed upon price on or before a specified date. This agreed upon price, that is, we can call it exercise price or we can call it strike price. It has to be noted that the holder has the option and can choose to buy or sell the asset. The purchase price of the option is called the premium. If there is the call option, that we can call it call premium. In case of the put option, then we can call it the put premium. It depends the compensation the purchaser of the call option must pay for the right, but not the obligation to exercise the option. That is the main point. When we talk about the option contract, then the one party has the obligated position, the other party have not obligated, the other party have the have privileged position, have the privileged position. A swap is a contract in which two parties exchange their future cash flow for a period of time, and this is the common type of swap is an interest rate swap. In this, parties agree to exchange interest rate payment. Forward versus future contract. Then meaning forward contract is an agreement between party to buy and sell underlying assets at a specified date and agreed rate in future, while the future contract a contract in which the party agree to exchange the assets for cash at a fixed price and at a future specified date is known as future contract. Forward contract are tailor-made contracts, while the future contract are standardized contracts. Forward contracts that are the OTC, over the counter, and there is no secondary market, while the future contract are organized and they have the secondary market because they traded on exchange like the NSE and BSE. Settlement, forward contract is generally settled on the maturity date, while the future contract that settle on daily basis. When we talk about the risk, the forward contract have high risk as compared to future contract, while the future contract have the low risk. Default, as we know, the forward contract are private agreements, the chance of default are highly, and while the future contract and they are not private contract, that are the standardized contract, and there is no such probability. The size of contract. In forward contract, the size depend on the contract term, while in future contract the size of contract are fixed, and that is fixed by the exchange. In forward contract there is no collateral required, while the future contract the both the party have to pay the initial margin to the exchange. Maturity, in the forward contract as per the term of the contract, and the future contract it is predefined date, and that is also fixed by the exchange. Liquidity, because we know the forward contract don't have the secondary market, that's why it low liquidity, while the future contract have the secondary market, that's why it has high liquidity. Regulation, the forward contract are not regulated, that's why it called the self-regulated, while the future contract that are regulated and that regulated by the SEBI. Now at the end, the practical question on hedging. Consider a mutual fund having a portfolio of rupees 100 crore. Today is 2nd Feb, an expectation of a general budget this 28th Feb is not very realistic as per the expectation of the portfolio manager. The current value of BSE Sensex is rupees 5,000, and there are the two type of future available, that is the Feb future and the March future, and that maturing on the 25th respectively, and having the 50 Sensex, then 50 here mean the lot size, and that are selling at the 5,250 and 5,500. How fund can be hedged against the uncertainty of budget? Analyze position of portfolio with 10% fall in Sensex. Then here the solution. What the fund manager have to do, what is the realistic which the portfolio manager have to do. Then here we can check. Here fund can be hedged by taking a short position, hedge fund in long position. So to offset the long position, it takes short position. The fund must sell March contract to cover the risk fully and buy back the contract at appropriate time. Our fund can be hedged by selling Feb contract at leave fund exposed between maturity and budget date. Now the value of BSE Sensex that we have given on the 25th March, and that is 5,500, and now the lot size that is given in the question, that is 50. Then we can find out the value of one contract. The 50 multiplied by 5,500, that equal to 2,75,000. Now the value of portfolio which we have to cover, the value of portfolio that is 100 crore. Now we have to find out the how many number of contract required, or we have to sold so that we can cover the 100 crore. Then how can we find out the value of portfolio divided by the value of one contract? 100 crore divided by 2,75,000. Then we can find out it will come the 3,636.36 contract. But when we talk about the contract, we cannot take the contract on the fractional value. It must always be integer. We can take the 3,636 or the 3,637 contract. And here in this question, because we want to cover the total 100 crore portfolio, that's why we have taken the 3,637 contract. And now we analyze the position. If the market fall by 10%, then the value of portfolio reduced from 100 crore to 90 crore, and there is a loss of 10 crore, and that is the value of the portfolio, and we have a loss of the 10 crore. Now we analyze the position what will happen in the future market, because we have already sold at rupees 5,500, but now when the on the date of maturity, the value of the Sensex decreased from 5,500 to 4,950, and now we can square up its position, and we have the gain in the future market. How much the gain? Because we have sold at 5,500 and now the price dropped to 4,950, and we have a profit of the 550, and now the lot size that is 50. Then we can find out the profit of per contract, and how many contract we have sold, that the 3,637, and we can find out the total gain in the future market, that equal to the 10 crore 17,500. And here you can check, and then the loss which we have incurred, that is the rupee 10 crore, and because the value of the portfolio reduced from 100 crore to 90 crore, and the gain which we earn on the future market, that is the 10 crore 17,500. Now the actual gain which we are earning, that is rupee 17,500. Practical question on speculation. Here for simplicity, we assume one contract has 100 units. It means the lot size is 100 units, and margin required, that is 20%. That is the initial margin. There are the two types of margin, initial margin and the margin call, and here we have taken the initial margin, that is 20% for the value of contract. Brokerage and transaction cost are not taken into consideration. We have taken that equal to 0. Now we go to the example. Here we have given, suppose an investor is bullish on Reliance Industries Limited and goes long on 1st September 2020. The stock future contract on Reliance Industries Limited at rupee 80. At 10th September, the same stock become on 2020 RIL is trading at 96. The 1st September the price is rupee 80. On the 10th September the price is 96. Now here we can see how the speculator making the money, because they aim making the money in a short run. Then the solution on the 10th September 2020, the investor sell the contract at rupee 96 to offset the open long position and make a profit of rupee 1600, because the person purchased the stock of Reliance Industries Limited at rupee 80 on 1st September 2020 and it's selling the same stock at rupee 96. In this way they are earning the profit of rupee 16 per stock. And how many stocks? There is 100. Then we can find out the total profit which the speculator here making, that is 1600, and that is 1600 that we can call the gross profit on the position. This example seems simple, but let's examine the trade closely. The investor initially deposited the margin that is equal to 20% of the contract value. Then we can find out the value of contract, that is he purchased the 100 shares and the value of one share, that is rupee 80. Then 80 multiplied by 100, that is equal to 8,000, and the person have to deposit the 20% initial margin to the exchange. Then we can find out the 20% of 8,000, that is equal to 1600. Now the person invested only 1600 and earning the profit of rupees 1600. Then here we can say the person earning the return, that is 100% on margin deposit. This dramatically illustrates the leverage power of trading future, because when we talk about the future contract or future derivative, then here we need not to pay all the money. We have to deposit only the initial margin to the exchange, and it daily settle. And according to that, if the margin money decrease, then we receive the margin call and we have to bring the cash immediately to fulfill the initial margin. Of course, as the market move in opposite direction, the investor easily could be expense loss in excess of margin account. Practical question on arbitrage. Here we have given the price of the Infosys share at National Stock Exchange is rupee 85. That is the spot price rupee 85. While a 3-month future contract on Infosys is being traded at rupee 89. The 3-month future on Infosys that are trading at rupee 89. If one can borrow at 12% rate of interest per annum and Infosys is not paying any dividend in next 3 months, is there an arbitrage opportunity available in the price ruling in the spot market and the future market? If so, how can profit be made? Assume the size of the future contract to be 1000 shares. Here the 1000, that is the lot size. Then here we have to check whether the arbitrage possibility available or not. We are well aware the arbitrage only possible only when the price in the two different market are different for the same commodity. Then here the two market, that is the spot market and the future market, and the underlying assets, that is the Infosys. Then here we have given the price in the spot market, that is rupee 85, and the 3-month future price of the Infosys, that is 89, and we have given the borrowing cost, that is 12% per annum, and the lot size that is 1000 shares. Then here we have to check whether it is possible arbitrage or not. For that, first of all we have to find out the fair price, the 3-month future fair price, and we can compare that 3-month fair price from the 3-month future price. And if these two prices are same, then what does it mean? It means there is no possibility of arbitrage. And if these two prices are not same, if the future 3-month future price is greater than the 3-month fair price, then there is a possibility of arbitrage available, and if vice versa, then also the possibility of arbitrage available. Then here, first of all, we can find out the 3-month fair price. Then you can check, we have given the cost of carry, that is the 12%. That is, what does it mean? That is 1% per month. For the 3 months, the cost of carry, that is 3 months. Why we have taken the 3 months? Because the future data are the 3-month future. Then the spot price, which we have given, that is 85. Now according to 3-month forward price, what will be the 3-month fair price? Then 1.03, that is cost of carrying multiplied by the rate that going in the spot market, 85 multiplied 1.03, then we can find out that is 3-month fair price, that is 87.55. And if we compare that 3-month fair price from the 3-month future price, then the 3-month future price, that is 89, and the 3-month fair price, that is 87.55. Then what does it mean? These two prices are not same. The 3-month future price is greater than the 3-month fair price, then there is a possibility of arbitrage. And now how the arbitrage enter in the two different market and making the profit, and that the profit that making by the arbitrage, that is called the riskless profit. Then here we have taken the example, and if the 3-month future price is greater than the 3-month fair price, then they adopt this strategy that is called the cash and carry arbitrage, and that can be executed as follow. The investor can take the following action simultaneously. Today at T0, and the person borrow 85,000 from market at 12% per annum for 3 months, and take the long position on 1,000 shares of Infosys at ₹85 from the borrowed money which they borrowed from the market on spot market. Okay, and then take the short position, take the reverse position in the future market. The short position means the seller, long position means the buyer. Take short position on 1,000 shares of Infosys at ₹89 in the future market, because we have given the 3-month future price of the Infosys, that is 89. On now maturity, the maturity that will happen after the 3 months, it release ₹89 multiplied 1,000, because he sold the 1,000 shares in the future market. Then on maturity, the person release 89,000 in future market, and after the 3 months, now the person have to pay back the money which they borrow, and they have to pay back the money with interest. Then how much money they have to pay back? That is 87,550, in which the 85,000 are principal amount, and the 2,550, that is the interest amount. And in this way they have the money remaining, that is the 1,450, that is the profit which the person making, and that is the arbitrage process.